AITA for leaving my cheating wife after she blamed me for her subscription-based content? Tuesday night, the pasta was getting cold, and my wife of 16 years walked by and dropped it. You cannot satisfy me. How could you even afford me? As if she were reading a traffic report. And she just kept walking. Inspiring. 3 days later, my feed showed me a faceless adult creator, starring the chipped quartz from our kitchen countertop and her star tattoo on her ankle. Apparently, our backsplash had a side gig. Here's what I did. I did not make monologues. I made spreadsheets. I put together a discrete little file, a disposable account, some timestamps, clean screenshots, bank crumbs, all PG, all legal. I noted dates where it mattered because the chain of custody is not just television noise. The "they made me do it" script crashed against a too familiar kitchen and a detail that does not lie. After that, pens moved, papers were signed, and a scene in a hobby was resolved in under 5 minutes. If you are here for rants, you are in the wrong aisle. If you prefer proof, keep reading. I, a 44-year-old man, am an operations manager for a general contractor. I like lists, torque specifications, and anything with a clear manual. My wife, let's call her Ava, 44, was a dental hygienist who switched to online coaching in 2020. Her family is all Sunday mornings. No cursing at the table, no thought of tattoos, pretty conservative. Her dad once returned a shirt I bought him because the brand sounded worldly. You get the picture. I run on routines and specs. When emotions do not add up, I resort to maintenance metrics and quietly observing patterns. The last year of our marriage felt like someone had unplugged the heat and forgot to plug it back in. Phone face down. New workouts that required her to be gone during dinner. Lingerie that did not fit anything in our routine. I found a ring light in the garage with a receipt. She said it was for Zoom coaching. New nails, new lashes, girls' nights that arrived like scheduled maintenance. We did not fight. Fighting requires heat. We were at room temperature. At room temperature, food spoils slowly. Marriages do, too, if no one admits the fridge is unplugged and the light inside is a lie. Tuesday night, pasta cooling on the stove. She was already halfway to the door with her gym bag. I kept my voice calm and tried one more time. Me. Are you coming for dinner? Or should I wrap yours up? Ava? Ava. I cannot. Class starts at 7. Me. 3rd class this week. New program. Ava. Consistency builds results. Me. I found a ring light in the garage. Starting a talk show? Ava. Coaching. Lighting matters. Me. For meal plans or for mascara? Because the lashes look expensive. Ava. Presentation is part of coaching. Me. And the lingerie that came with it? Ava. Retail therapy. Do not make it a thing. Me. The phone has been face down for a month. Ava. Notifications are distracting. Me. So is guessing. Should I be worried? Ava. Do not. Eat before it gets cold. If a conversation feels like bowling with the bumpers up, it is because someone put the rails there and expects you to thank them for the safety. I started noticing smaller things. The way she would cover the bathroom mirror with a towel, the new habit of locking the bedroom door to change, which is funny after 16 years of seeing each other sick, exhausted, happy, annoyed, and everything in between. She started wearing a thin silver chain with a padlock charm. Not my style, not her style, not any style I could afford that came with self-respect. On May 14th, 2024, I stayed home sick from work. Not pandemic-level sick, just lazy sick with a headache and a desire for quiet. Ava left for Pilates. I was half asleep, scrolling mindlessly. That is when I saw it. The platform is not a secret. It is the one whispered about in HR training sessions. I was not looking for it, not even curious, but a link on a forum led to a free profile, which led to recommendations, which led to a faceless creator named Starlight. The name meant nothing. The content was PG-13 unless you paid, with careful framing and clever lighting. I should not have clicked, but the photos were taken in a kitchen with a gray subway tile backsplash and a black quartz countertop with a chipped corner. Ours is like that. A lot of kitchens are. I kept scrolling. In one shot, there is a mole on her left hip. Not a big one, a dot I know because my hand has brushed past it 1,000 times. But familiarity is tricky, bodies repeat patterns. It did not have to be her. Then I saw the inside of her left ankle. A 5-pointed star, thin lines, the kind you get at a mall kiosk when you are 21 and have questionable judgment. Ava got that tattoo before she met me. Her dad pretends not to see it. She hides it with flats at parties. I locked my phone so hard it almost squeaked. Denial is not a plan. It is a waiting room with old magazines where you pretend time fixes things while nothing gets repaired. I did not confront her. I am not a door slammer. I am a spreadsheet guy. I made coffee. I noted odd purchases on a legal pad. The ring light, the tripod, the new phone case, the new lingerie, the credit card with cashback reward she insisted on getting with a new password I did not have access to for the streaming account. I put Starlight OC at the top and drew a box around it. When the box exists, the problem is real. All that is left is to measure, label, and let the numbers do the quiet damning. For 3 weeks, I did not watch her. I watched the account. I created a disposable email and subscribed for 1 month. It felt gross. It felt necessary. The grid matched, the notch in the quartz, the backsplash, the white ceramic bowl with a chipped rim, the blowtorch on the counter from when I made creme brulee last Christmas, which was either adorable or the saddest thing anyone has ever read. I saw a picture where a padlock necklace rested on a collarbone. I knew that ankle star. A short video showing feet walking on our hallway runner confirmed it. You know the sound of your own house. I sat in my truck during lunch and listened to the low hum of the fan. I counted how many times the account posted. Then I looked at our shared calendar to see where she was when the content went up. I matched a girl's night out with a live stream timestamp. I watched the lies line up like soldiers at close attention. Up close, lies look random. Zoom out, and you see them lined up like studs placed every 16 inches, and you start to frame the truth. I did not have proof with a face. She kept everything cropped. That is how many of them do it. Protect the identity, build the illusion, do not hand over the one thing that kills deniability. That night, she came home late, cheerful and breezy, as if nothing was wrong. I kept my face neutral and my questions small. She still believed I knew nothing. Me, how was girls' night? Ava, loud. Board games and carbs. You would have hated it. Me, on a Wednesday too. Busy week. Ava, we are trying to be consistent. It is a thing now. Me, calendar says you were offline from 8 to 10. Must have been some party. Ava, we did a no phones rule. Quality time. Me, funny. The ring light was still warm when I grabbed a wrench. Ava, I did a quick check-in with a client before I left. Posture video. No big deal. Me, the door was locked. Ava, changing sports bras. You are acting like I am planning a heist. Me, need any help filming those posture clips? Ava, no. I keep it tight and cropped for privacy. Me, smart. Faces complicate things. Ava, exactly. Now can we not interrogate dinner? I said, sure, no interrogations, and scraped the plates into the trash. She kissed the dog, not me, and went to take a shower. I sat at the table, wrote the time range in my notebook, and drew a box around it. Phone face down, ring light warm, offline 8 to 10 p.m. When the water shut off, I set 2 alarms. One for her next girls' night, and another for the platform's usual live stream window. I did not need a fight. I needed the last missing piece. Then I turned off the kitchen light and let the house go quiet. Facts first, fire later. And fire later meant lawyers, not gasoline. I wanted results that survive daylight, not stories that win applause and lose in court. That night, I labeled a folder reality check and put in printouts, dates, balances, and her own words. No speeches, just paper, ink, and a plan that holds up in the light of day. On June 2nd, I took a weirdly calm walk and decided to do this in order. I created a folder on my computer called May Receipts. I put in screenshots, dates, times, context. I printed our shared Amazon order history and highlighted the ring light and the handheld stabilizer. Ava and I shared an Amazon account because marriage is basically 2 people giving one corporation a unified target. I checked the bank. She had an individual card I never asked about. The balance was at $7,200. Minimum payments, interest that laughs at you. People say trust your gut. I prefer to trust ink, timestamps, and things that print out when a judge asks who did what. We had dinner like co-workers who got stuck at the same high top because the host decided it. She talked about her sister's new puppy. I nodded. I said the deck needs a roof. She nodded. Sometimes the silence in a house is heavy enough to bend the floorboards. The first exposure was not me. That is important. On June 9th, I pulled the pin myself. I created a clean, disposable account with a stock photo avatar and sent her sister an email with a concerned note, attaching 2 non-explicit screenshots, the ankle star and our very specific backsplash with the chipped quartz. I wrote, "This might be nothing, but this faceless account looks like someone you know." 5 minutes later, the sister dropped it in the family group chat and called Ava while I was sitting next to her on the couch. Ava got up, went to the bedroom, and closed the door. My phone lit up with 4 texts in a row from my mother-in-law, who had never texted me that fast in her life. "Do you know about this? This is a joke. Do you know what Ava is doing? Please call me." I just stood there, feeling like a firefighter watching a shed burn while holding a glass of water. When Ava came back out, her face was the color of printer paper that got jammed and pulled out too hard. She asked if I saw the texts. I said yes. She said, "I need you to back me up." That sentence has 2 entirely different meanings. She said it the way a public relations firm would, not the way a wife would. Her family got on a video call from 3 different houses, like a tribunal. Ava put it on speaker, camera facing down. She started by crying. Not fake, real, scared, trapped, cornered crying. And then she flipped it. She said I had pushed her into online modeling because I was depressed, could not be intimate, and needed validation from seeing her desired by others. She said I had suggested the platform. She said I had begged for it. She said she did not show her face because she was embarrassed and that I posted too much and pushed her to continue. She said she was sorry. She said I never wanted this, whispering it like a line from a movie where the music swells. Mother-in-law, "Oh my God, Ava. What about the money?" She said he said we could use the extra money to get ahead on bills, that he wanted her to do it for that. Me, that is a lie. I never asked for this, never hinted at it, never suggested it would fix anything or make us money. Check our texts and bank records. There is nothing. Father-in-law, sounds convenient now. Ava, he said it would make things exciting and help us financially. I told him it wore me out. Me, show me one message where I say any of that. I will sign a release for every chat, every email. Brother-in-law, then why is the equipment in your garage? Me, her orders, her accounts, her passwords. I did not even know about it until last week. Mother-in-law, we know our daughter. Me, you know the version who does not blame you. When you are ready to see proof, I will bring it. Until then, stop saying I wanted this for thrills or money. I did not. I hung up because I am not auditioning for the role of the villain in someone else's story without a script. I watched her go through shades of emotion like she was scrolling through presets. Panic. I did not mean it. We have to get ahead of this. It is not that much money. It is temporary. People do this. People also face consequences, I said. You aimed yours at me. You are going to regret that part. She stood her ground, chin up. Please, you have been broke for months. I am the one keeping this house afloat. I can support myself without you. Congratulations on the self-sponsorship. Pack a bag, I said. Her laugh was small and mean. You are kicking me out? You cannot even change a light bulb, and you think you are the sheriff. I am the guy you lied about, I said firm. You told your family I forced you. That ends tonight. You are leaving now. Go to Morgan's. Tomorrow, the lawyers handle the rest. She crossed her arms. This is all your fault. If you were not so boring and so broke, I would not have had to do any of this. You did not have to do any of this, I said. You chose to, and you chose to drag my name down with it. That is the part you will regret. She tried a soft pivot. We can fix this, if you just back me up. I am done backing up lies, I said, pointing at her gym bag. Just the essentials. 15 minutes. If you want a police escort to get more things, I will schedule it later. You are off my cards, off my insurance, and off the guest list. You are unbelievable. We finally agree on something, I said. She muttered about men who cannot provide as she stuffed clothes in the bag. At the threshold, she turned for one last jab. You do not even satisfy me. Why would I stay? You are not staying, I said. That is the point. I held the door. She walked through. I threw the deadbolt with a click that sounded a lot like closure. If this had just been a subscription-based affair, I would be writing a different post. But the accusation changed the game. I did not push her into anything. I did not even know the account existed. She blamed me because it was convenient, because it bought her sympathy from a family who would disown her faster than a smoke detector beeps at 3 a.m. She threw me under a bus and tossed the toolbox on top. So I planned. The idea came from a simple place. She had hidden her face. Her family had plausible deniability. I needed irrefutable proof that did not break the law and did not distribute explicit content. No revenge content, no physical threats, no scorched earth tactics that hit third parties, just truth with timestamps. On June 12th, I made a second burner account, new email, new name. I uploaded a generic avatar and subscribed to Starlight again. I started typing the way dozens of faceless fans do, compliments that do not take up much air. After a week, I sent a small tip, the kind to show you are real. Creators talk about whales, people who tip huge. I tested amounts like a fisherman testing lures, $20, $50, $100. I asked for custom content, specific but not illegal or disturbing. I stayed on the no-face side of things because I needed to be the guy who did not ask for the one thing she refused to do, until I was. On June 23rd, I wrote, paying for a private stream. Clean, no face. Just want the padlock chain. Can you do it today? She said yes. Price, time slot. She sent me a calendar invite within the platform for the next night at 7:30 p.m. In the meantime, I did my part. I moved my direct deposit to a new, individual account. Legal. People do it all the time in separations. I called the bank and removed her authorized user privileges from a card that was in my name. Legal. I did not drain the joint account. I am not stupid. Judges hate that. I set an appointment with a family law attorney and told him what I knew. He listened, took notes, and told me something simple. Gather facts, not feelings. He also told me to avoid sharing explicit content with anyone. Ever. If you need to prove identity, use non-explicit identifiers. I said, perfect, already planned. On June 24th at 7:30 p.m., I logged into the private stream as the new guy with money. She was wearing the padlock chain. I asked to see the ankle star. She complied like a robot running a macro. The chat log ticked off the minutes. At 7:43 p.m., I typed, I will give $5,000 if you do a 5-second face reveal with today's date written on an index card. No nudity, just your face. For the record, I did not screen record. I had already decided not to distribute anything explicit or lie in a way that would make me a criminal. But I could take a screenshot of a non-explicit face with a date, if she agreed. She hesitated. The chat went blank. She replied, I do not show face. Understood, I typed. All the same, I dropped a $500 tip. Then I added, I am serious about the $5,000. I like to connect with a person. I am asking you to hold an index card with the date and SS written on it. I typed the exact date, June 24th, 2024. Totally PG, I added. No explicit content, just identity. Your call. She was gone for 2 minutes. The camera pointed at the ceiling. Fans hum when the rest of the house is quiet. When the camera came back, it framed her from the shoulders up, bare collarbone, the padlock chain visible. She held an index card, June 24th, 2024 SS. Her face filled the frame. My wife looked at the lens and blinked once, as if trying to see in the reflection who she was becoming. Click. I dropped the tip I promised. Not $5,000. Because here is a truth. The platform caps single tips, and I was not sending money I could not legally get back. I sent $2,000 in increments because I wanted the chat logs, the timestamps, the proof of the agreement. Then I changed the plan. I told her I would send the rest later that week. She typed K and sent a heart emoji in the chat. I logged off. 30 minutes later, my phone rang. Morgan's number popped up. I answered. Ava, transfer me $500. My card payment is due tonight. Me, your card, your bill. Ava, you still live in the house. You benefit. Contribute. Me, I cover the mortgage and utilities. Your personal debt is not on that list. Ava, stop being petty. I can support myself without you. I am just avoiding a fee. Me, then support yourself. Ava, unbelievable. This is why I had to do it. You are broke and boring. Me, you chose it. The fee is yours, too. Ava, just send it. Now. Me, no. Manage your own balance. I hung up and logged the call time. The next day, her family activated damage control in church camp mode. She was invited to talk. I was not included. An hour later, my phone lit up. Mom, speakerphone, tribunal mode. Mother-in-law, You disgusting, manipulative piece of trash. How dare you push our daughter into that? Father-in-law, you sicken me. Using our daughter for your own sick fantasies and then hiding behind marriage. Brother-in-law, you are done with this family. Do not come near our house. Do not write. Do not breathe in our direction. Me. I did not push her into anything. I never suggested it. I never wanted it, and I did not even know about it until last week. Check our texts. Check the bank records. I will sign whatever you want. Facts beat stories. Mother-in-law, save your lawyer speak. She told us everything. You are a parasite. Father-in-law, if you have any fear of God, you will confess publicly and stop influencing her. Brother-in-law, if you show your face around here, I will make you regret it. Me, when you are ready to see proof instead of throwing curses, call me. Until then, stop lying about me. I hung up. She came home later, quiet, eyes swollen. I told them the truth about how you pressured me, she said. Truth as in the story that keeps your halo straight. I said nothing. Silence spooks people who are expecting a fight. On June 27th, I finished gathering what I needed. The non-explicit face photo with the date, the message logs where she discusses rates and dates with multiple fans, the tip history with my fake name, and the request for the face reveal. PG language. The shipping confirmation for the ring light and a copy of our shared calendar showing her girls' nights, overlapping with scheduled streams. I printed everything. On paper, it looked less like a moral failing and more like a project timeline. I created a new email with my second burner. The subject line read, "For your information." No threats, no commentary. In the body, I wrote 2 sentences. Attached is information clarifying who chose to do what. Please stop accusing me. I sent 1 email to 3 people, her father, her mother, and her older brother. Nothing to neighbors, nothing to social media, nothing with links behind a paywall, no explicit images. A clean packet any lawyer can read without needing to cover their face. 1 PG photo of her face holding a card with the date and SS. Chat logs showing she set her own rates and boundaries. Timestamps matching girls' nights, and the Amazon receipts for the ring light and stabilizer. 15 minutes later, the phone vibrated. I answered. It was my father-in-law. Speakerphone, phone hiss, plates clinking, the TV badly muted. It sounded like they had convened a family board meeting around casseroles. She is here. We have seen enough. For the sake of our family's reputation, you will not tell anyone. Not the church, not the neighbors, no one. Mother-in-law, in the background, protect the testimony. Him, again. Also, she is not staying the night. Come get her or arrange something. I am not her ride, I said. She can go to Morgan's. I keep this quiet if my name stays out of her story. If anyone ever says I forced her again, I respond with dates and screenshots. He stiffened. Do not involve the elders. We will handle this. Keep my name out of your script, I said, and you will never hear from me again. He ended the call. I logged the time. The packet did exactly what it was designed to do. Shut mouths and create distance. Scene. The door 10 minutes after the family call. She was on my porch, wound tight as a wrestler walking out with no music. Hoodie, tight jaw, glassy eyes. You are a coward, she said, hiding behind emails and proof. I am divorcing you. It is already in motion, I said. The papers are being drawn up. Fine. I do not need anything from you. I can support myself. Then stop calling me for money. You ruined everything. You did, I said. I just stopped carrying it. She looked past me into the house as if expecting a montage. Inside, nothing moved. No soft music, just the dog asleep on my toolbox where I had left him. She switched tactics. You will regret this. I doubt it, I said. Go to Morgan's. She flinched and threw out the last line. You never turn me on anyway. The door is that way, I said. She left. I threw the deadbolt and logged the time again. Scene, logistics. The tribunal phone rang again. My father-in-law, Kurt, like he had practiced in the mirror. We will pack her things. You will not discuss this outside the family. Keep my name out, I said, and I stay silent. That is the deal. He paused. Understood. You could hear them finally muting the TV all the way. The night ended in emails. I confirmed a time slot with a police escort for her to pick up anything bulky. Then I drafted the ground rules. My lawyer likes communication through counsel. No joint purchases, no new debt in the other's name, no access to each other's devices. The paper trail started and stayed clean. Her text came at 10:18 p.m. Do not bother sending anything. I do not want it. I was not offering. Scene. The filings I filed in early July. No theatrics, standard petition, no fault box checked. Request for exclusive use of the house while the case was pending. Mutual restraining orders on property transfers. Discovery notices sent out on day 1. The temporary orders hearing lasted 20 minutes because my side showed up with a binder and hers showed up with vibes. Her claim that I pressured her died fast when my lawyer slid the chat logs across the table. They showed her setting rates, refusing to show her face until the index card deal, and confirming the date. Every line was time-stamped. No nudity, no distribution. The judge did not even look bored. She looked relieved it was not Messier. We mediated in August. Her lawyer tried the alimony angle. Mine countered with her branded income claims versus actual deposits, plus her personal car debt as solely hers. We added a non-disparagement clause for both sides. She wanted a cash payout. I wanted an exit. We landed here. No alimony. She signed a waiver with legal counsel. Each keeps their own retirement. No qualified domestic relations order. I get the house. The mortgage stays with me. She gets her car, her clothes, her equipment, and the storage unit she had already rented. The joint account is split 50-50 as of the documented filing date. Her personal car debt and any platform-related taxes are hers. Mutual non-disparagement, mutual social media blocks, no public statements, standard confidentiality on the terms of the settlement. She walked out of the room without admitting a thing. I walked out with keys that were already mine. The final decree came in late September. Clean signatures, no extra hearings. I put a calendar reminder to change every password that was not already changed and to rekey the house locks, just to make it formal. I put the signed decree in the same drawer as the car title. It looked right there. Success is not a yacht. It is boring, and that is perfect. Direct deposit hitting a bank only I access. The credit score climbing like a truck in first gear. The house quiet and paid on time. 40 hours a week without the second job of catching lies. The gym got my consistency instead of my confusion. I ate in my own kitchen without scanning the backsplash. I fell asleep without planting evidence trees in my head. Peace is not fireworks. It is paychecks, quiet rooms, and deadbolts clicking while you finish dinner without auditing the backsplash again. The dog seemed happier. Or maybe I just started noticing the dog again. I sold the ring light and the stabilizer at a yard sale. The cash went to an extra truck payment. Petty, maybe. Productive, absolutely. Friends eventually asked what happened. I gave them the short version: married, secrets, divorce, the end. Good people do not need the extended cut. Bad people are not getting it. Dusk, hoodie up, eyes glassy, phone clutched like a life raft that stopped ringing. She looked smaller. Not Jim Small, tired small. No one is paying anymore, she said. The subs dropped. They are gone. I cannot make rent. Please. Fans do not cover rent, I said. You said you could support yourself. Do it. Since you like labels. Coward, broke, boring. Ad not available. Lawyers only. She opened her mouth, closed it, opened it again. There was no script left, no tribunal in her pocket, just silence. The door closed. The end. After that, she texted me twice. Can we be civil? Then, I missed the dog. I forwarded both to my lawyer and called it managed. 3 months after the decree, I was not thinking about her. Payroll closed on time. A vendor finally fixed their backorder. Boring wins. I was walking through the lobby with a coffee when the front desk looked over my shoulder like a storm was coming through the sliding doors. Worn sneakers, running mascara, eyes on the floor, phone gripped with white knuckles. Ava made a beeline and started talking before physics said she was in range. They are all gone. I cannot make rent. Please. I did not slow down. Security. I said to the desk, pointing at the floor. Log starts now. She planted herself in front of me. Just 1 month. I will pay you back. The volume was rising. People in the chairs pretended to read emails they were not reading. I do not know her. I told the receptionist, not looking at Ava. A stranger is causing a disturbance. That took the air out of her for half a second. Then she doubled down, her voice projecting. You are a coward, hiding behind emails and proof. You ruined my life. I took out my phone and opened the stopwatch. Not for drama, for the incident report. You said you could support yourself, I said. Do it. She went from shouting to pleading in one step, like a faulty gear change. Please, I am asking for help. Two guards rounded the corner. The older one recognized me from the week the elevator was broken. Problem. I gestured without taking my eyes off the stopwatch. No idea who she is. Followed me in from the parking lot. I need her removed from company property. Ava blinked. Then she did something I would not have predicted even after the last year. She dropped to her knees, palms up, voice cracking. Please. 1 month. The lobby went silent except for the printer. A vendor rep stared at the ceiling like there were sports scores up there. Get up, I said. You are embarrassing yourself. She stayed down. I cannot go back to Morgan's. She does not want me anymore. I have nowhere to go. Attention is not a retirement plan. I kept my hands at my sides. Last time, leave. Any contact goes through lawyers. She looked around, gauged the audience, and pivoted to humiliation as a tactic. He forced me, she told the room. He told me to model. He made me. I did not look at her. I looked at the guard. You heard that. False accusations in a place of business. This is my response. I spoke slowly enough for the lobby camera's mic. If she says one more false thing in public, I send a packet to HR, building management, and opposing counsel. Non-explicit. Timestamped. If security needs context, they get it too. She tried for one last shot. I will tell everyone what you are into. Go ahead, I said. Then I hand HR the settlement, the decree, and the chat logs that say otherwise. Last warning. The older guard stepped in front of her. Ma'am, you can leave on your own, or we can escort you. You are trespassing. She looked up at me from the floor. No script left, no tribunal, no allies, just walls and 2 guards. She got to her feet like a puppet with tangled strings. I kept my voice flat and low. If you ever show up here again, I file for a restraining order the same day. If you speak to me outside of lawyers, same result. If you cause another scene, HR gets the packet with the platform name, the rate sheets, and the index card photo. You wanted anonymity? Earn it by staying away. She swallowed, tried to gather some dignity, failed. You cannot do this. I am doing it. The guards walked her out. She looked back once, then realized there was nothing here for her, and kept walking. I stopped the timer at 4 minutes and 28 seconds. I emailed that number to security with the subject line, Unknown Visitor Incident. The description attached read, Female, alleged prior relationship, removed by security without incident. No further contact authorized. HR likes clean nouns. Comment. Looking back on everything, I've realized something important. When your world feels like it's spinning out of control, the calmest choices often have the biggest impact. It's not about winning arguments, but about protecting your sense of peace with integrity. Ultimately, real peace isn't found in drama, but in the quiet stability you build for yourself when you choose to honor your own worth. I hope this story encourages you to always value your well-being above all else. If you like the stories, don't forget to leave a comment and support the channel by subscribing. See you in the upcoming stories.